Selena Jo Dalton was supposed to leave her Strasburg apartment and go to work on the morning of July 27, 1998. Instead, what happened there has haunted her family, friends, and investigators for almost 2 decades.
I'm pretty sure I can speak for the family and say that they want peace. They want fresh eyes. They want it solved. It's not fair.
Jennifer Parker was like a little sister to the 20-year-old who was found on her couch, stabbed to death. Investigators say neighbors did not hear a scream or struggle. Missing from the apartment, Selena's 2-month-old daughter, Allison.
She was just the sweetest, smallest, tiniest little thing, precious.
Investigators discovered baby bottles missing, leading them to believe Selena's daughter was taken.
It's frustrating on my part. Meet with the victim's family periodically and try to give them as much as we can for updates to let them know that we haven't given up on this case, and we have not.
Investigators spoke with Allison's father. They say that he's always been cooperative in this investigation, but have also never ruled him out as a potential suspect. Detectives believe their best chance of tracking down Selena's killer is through these age-progressed photos of what Allison could look like as a teenager and as a young adult.
Some cases like this, you may go several months with no information, and then you may have a tip a week.
Over the years, the tips have piled up, some people even contacting Virginia State Police, believing they may be the missing girl. But none have ever panned out. So investigators go back over the evidence and hope new information can make what they already have make sense.
We're not Monday morning quarterbacking, but we just want to be thorough, go back and look at things with fresh eyes.
Investigators won't call this a cold case and won't let rumors about what happened steer them away from their goal.
Conclusions could be wrong. You have to go where the evidence points you, and you can't make it up.
Maybe the latest picture of what Allison may look like at 19 years old can lead to that missing piece of the puzzle.
I always follow up.
But Jennifer isn't alone in wanting to desperately catch Selena's killer.
Her murder is still out there.
And discover what happened to Allison.
Everyone wants to know what happened. The family they really deserve that. They really do. They can't rest. No one can rest.
In Strasburg, Joe Dominguez, DCW 50, News at 10.
It was very wild when we first got it.
At the Little Goat Farm off Burwell Road, near Highway 29.
All of this was overgrown with grass that came up to like here and stuff. It was, that's why we originally got the goats.
Something important is missing.
Like this entire area was just filled with trees and like I said before, Palmer cut most of them down. And
for Palmer Marsh, the farm is home, and it probably wouldn't be in the shape it is without him.
It's just like I can feel his absence everywhere. I just miss him so much.
Which is why when the 16-year-old walked away on May 2nd and didn't return, it worried his mother almost immediately.
He wouldn't run away, so we know something is wrong.
Susan Marsh knows her adopted son would sometimes take a walk if he was frustrated.
I didn't think anything of it, of even going after him, following him, because going for walks are one things the kids I would stress.
Because of Palmer's routine, a disagreement with his mother, and what typically happens when teens get mad, the Prince William County Police Department listed Palmer as voluntarily missing when the Marshes filed a missing persons report.
It doesn't make any sense.
We asked the Prince William County Police Department about their policy regarding missing children. A spokesman for the department told DCW 50 it follows standard practices regarding both missing cases and missing endangered cases, which may be why in mid-May, after 2 weeks away from school and home, sources tell us police started searching the family farm based on where his cell phone was last located. Susan wishes, as the owner of the cell phone, she could have begun that cell phone search sooner.
It shouldn't be that difficult for parents to be able to do that.
But without Palmer being listed as endangered, Susan's efforts hit a roadblock. Prince William County Police won't comment about Palmer's cell phone and the role it could play in finding him. Police tell us they can only use phone records by going through the court system, and not if they don't consider a missing child to be endangered.
Not too true.
Even with expanded search resources since mid-May, including the FBI, who joined the hunt on May 24th, no clues. The Marsh family believes the search should have begun in earnest much sooner.
That's time lost, and every moment is critical, especially if you have a child out there that could be hurt.
Every police department handles a situation like this on a case-by-case basis. Assess the threat to a child and try to determine if he or she is in danger. Prince William County Police are now encouraging those living in the Nokesville area to check their properties and share his photo. The Marshes believe there's something else the public needs to know. Palmer was last seen walking away from his home around 4:30. That's about the time a nearby construction crew is letting off for work. That's more eyes that could potentially see which way he was going.
With the increase of traffic on this road, the utility work that's being done here, as well as the tree cutting service that was also on this road at the time of Palmer's disappearance. It's very troubling.
Debbie Palmer's with the Aware Foundation, a national child advocacy group. She sees hundreds of cases similar to this one treated the same way by law enforcement. Wait and see if a missing person returns home before enacting a large search. Concerns over this standard practice led to a new law in Virginia named after Ashanti Billy. The 19-year-old from Prince George's County disappeared from a Virginia naval base. Billy was kidnapped and killed in September of 2017. The new law would allow law enforcement to enact an alert for vulnerable missing adults, similar to an Amber Alert for children and babies. In Palmer's case, Manning is encouraged that police are now treating this disappearance as a criminal investigation, reclassifying him as endangered May 24th.
The circumstances behind his disappearance are mind-boggling because it's just like he has just disappeared.
Mind-boggling because of Palmer's personality. He is shy, not a troublemaker at school, and active in swimming and wrestling.
So I've had many parents reach out to me. You know, what can we do? My son was his best friend. And these kids are devastated at the school.
They're devastated on the farm as well.
You go through a shock period and not knowing what to do.
Wishing more could be done to bring them answers.
I want your listeners to be aware you can never tell your children you love them often enough. So please come home.
If he were planning on running away, he would have, started to indicate that. Like, he would have given signs, but no, it's just...
In Prince William County, Joe Dominguez. Sorry, I don't mean to upset you.
No, it's...
DCW 50, News at 10. Smith's Arena on the Severn River in Anne Arundel County.
I've never seen it like this. Period. My dock is underwater.
This water level is already prompting emergency procedures.
Well, what are you gonna do? I mean, like, my boat right now is up above the dock, and the lines are tight on the dock. So what are you gonna do? If the water keeps going up, it'll just pull it under the water.
And in just a few days, Maryland could be seeing tons of rain because of Hurricane Florence.
We are preparing for the potential of historic, catastrophic, and life-threatening flooding in Maryland.
Homeowners in Maryland are being told to stock up on things like drinking water, batteries, and flashlights. Low-lying properties are being told to prepare for flooding and be ready to evacuate to higher ground. A hurricane has blown through here before.
It's been, the last time we saw it like this would have been Isabel. And so for Isabel, it actually came over the top of our gas house over there.
That storm ended up sinking ships. It's why boaters are encouraged to take advantage of boat insurance and move their vessels before the water becomes too deep to move around safely. Those working now say it makes sense to prepare well ahead of a storm instead of waiting to react to it.
Again, I think it's better safe than sorry. We're going to tuck our boat up into the creek, it's well protected. And
Mark and his family will be waiting out the storm in the comfort of a well-stocked home, a boat home that he says should be fine in this bay, but he'll be ready in case it's not.
Come find us after and we'll tell you how it worked out. Oh, no. That will be your story.
Well, they're all in good spirits right now. A lot of people were able to get their boats out of this boat dock earlier tonight, and especially it's a lot easier when the water is at a manageable level like it is here. The governor tells everyone in Maryland to be prepared for the storm, especially with technology. Have a car charger ready so that you can charge your phone and stay up to date if you lose power. And a good website to go to is knowyourzonemd.com to know if you are in an evacuation zone. We're live in Anne Arundel County tonight. Joe Dominguez, DCW 50 News at 10. Hours before a DC United game at Audi Field in July, there was excitement in one of the luxury suites.
My kids at least are so excited.
Not just for the game itself, but for the opportunity to be there at all.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's great. They're enjoying the game. We got some food here, for them.
All of the kids here in this luxury suite for the game are foster kids.
At this moment, 5.
Christy and her husband don't want to give their last name, but do want to thank doctors from the Fairfax Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery Office for sharing the experience of being a VIP with kids who might not otherwise get the star treatment.
It just says a lot about who they are as a business.
We can't show you their faces or identify which foster group they're with. The adults here with them are advocates, social workers, and other staff from the agency. We can report there were burgers to be eaten, snacks aplenty, and smiles abound. And the stories they brought home are still bringing smiles to Christy's face.
Yeah, they definitely, they got those little gold hand puppets, and those are like all over the place now. They're waving their big, hand signs.
The kids may stay a few weeks in Christy's home or a few months, but now they'll have an experience that lasts a lifetime thanks to Fairfax Oral.
So our practice is prided not only on serving the community from a medical standpoint, but also we do a lot of philanthropic programs.
It wasn't by chance that these kids got to be kings and queens of the suite for a game. Fairfax Oral got letters from across the DMV. They were looking for the most deserving people from our area to reward with a game day trip, and they'll be doing it again.
We want to be doing this a couple times a year with the stadium. I mean, we try to give away cleats to people who need them. We try to give away, services, and we want to be out there trying to do more for the community in any way we can.
In this case, it's giving these kids a reason to kick back and smile during a soccer game.
There was a lot of really deserving applicants, and a lot of people made good cases, but overall we kind of tugged at everybody's heartstrings.
This was just an extra bonus that they were doing literally to benefit our family and these children and our organization. It's mind-boggling, so it's really encouraging to see them give us the gift that we were able to share.
In Washington, D.C.,
I love kids.
Joe Dominguez, DCW 50 News at 10.